Hi guys, this is Joy Ani, scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today I'm going to do a little bit of mixed media when I create this November page that was created by Miss Carrie for scrapping in my own private Idaho. I will show you the sketch. So here's the sketch, and it's by Miss Carrie. I've been following Miss Carrie on her channel. She used to be a Close to My Heart consultant, and now she does a lot of videos with HipKit. She does short little videos with Cricut, and she is extremely talented, and I hope you will check her out because I think you will love that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did for mixed media. I am by no means an expert, or I'm really kind of a novice, but I have this glass mat and I thought, why not? So I will show you this is watercolor paper, and I pre-did it because I wanted it to dry, and I will show you what I did because I'm going to create. So this was the one I liked. I used mustard seed. I used dried marigold, vintage photo, and fire brick. And I will show you what I like and what I didn't like. So what I liked was the brilliance of it, and it seems really strong, but remember, we're going to place all this on top of it. So this was my second, so I'll show you the first step of it. This was a second generation one, and I did not like it as well, and I'll tell you what happened and why I don't like it. So when you are doing mixed media, you do not want to use colors that are in the same family, because the oxides do a better job of not puddling and making ugly colors, but the yellow and the brown were too close and I didn't like it. So I'm going to show you what I did and how I did this. This is a super easy way to do mixed media. If you are new at this, this is a great way to start. So I am going to go ahead and remove my stuff. I am going to do it on this lovely glass mat. I got this glass mat at a garage sale, my favorite place, and all of the oxides that I'm using today, I also got those at a garage sale. So I'm going to go ahead and do it right in the middle. And so for this layout, I'm using white cardstock, and I thought it was a little bit plain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mixed media where my tags aren't. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it directly to my glass mat. That's how I created these two mixed media pages. Was I'm putting ink directly on here, and I'm thinking about where my page is going to go down. So let's go ahead and get started here. So I am going to go ahead, and I'm recreating this one, and I am using, you don't have to, but I have some, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to use watercolor paper. I think it helps it from, it just looks nicer, I think. So I'm going to recreate this page. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and put that. So what I'm doing, and I need to clean my glass mat. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to just put a little bit of ink here, and I'm going to put a little bit of the yellow here. This is my mustard. I'm going to put it right here. I am going to change and put the brown on this side because remember, I didn't like how it looked when it was together. I didn't like that combination. And so I'm going to put my marigold over here. There are better, easier ways, and this may be a totally wrong way, but for me it worked. I'm going to put it over here, and I might put a little bit, I'm just going to put just soft over there and a little bit over here. I'm going to take the water, and the water activates it. I'm just going to put a little spritz and this I just got from the dollar store. I'm going to take my, I'm going to take a plastic bag. I had one and then I put it down. And because, see how it's kind of, it's a little bit blotchy for my liking. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I mixed my colors. I didn't want to do that. And the oxides are a little bit more forgiving if you do that, but okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to just place my watercolor paper right on here, and I'm just going to put it down. This is going to be my second page, so I'm not worried that it's, I'm going to pull it up, and I am going to take my paper towel. This is a little bit brighter than my other page, which I'm okay with too. And I added a little bit more water. And if I have a goof, I will just make leaves out of it. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and that will be my second page. So let's go ahead and do my original page. So we're going to move this off here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The paper that I'm using, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm starting with the pictures. If you wanted to start with the pictures, see how this is all jagged? This was from a cut apart, and I wanted just to count your, and so I'm just going to put that right up there, and it's going to, see, it doesn't matter that I cut out, because it was a cut apart, and I did count your, and then I fussy cut the blessings. So that's how I did that. And this was from Grateful Heart, which was a close to my heart paper pack. I'm seeing that I didn't bring my ruler over, but I think I'm going to be okay. We'll see. And see how this, it looked really strong, but once you get it on here, it covers, and if there's any spots I don't like, I will just put an embellishment, because there's no mistakes in scrapbooking, only opportunities to embellish. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that. And I'm going to tape my, let me get this all straightened up. I'm taping my picture down, and I'm in the middle, because, and I'm going to put that at 9 and 3, and actually I remember I have to scoot it down because I want my count yours. So I'm not going to, I'm taping it towards the middle because I am tucking all kinds of things underneath. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So it is, the picture is, so I want that to be down there. So my picture is at about 1 1/4, and it's at 9. Okay. Then I do count your, and that's a great way to. This was from originally first we had, they were called My Stickies, and then they went to the cut aparts because PMLs were all the rage, and then we went back to stickers. So, but you can, there's always goodness. I'm going to just tape this in the middle so I can do all my stuffing. I want to show you, oops, that was kind of down there like that. I wanted to show you the paper I used. So a lot of these tags were made from this paper, and this is actually from Crisp Air. See how small they are? That's all the paper that it takes. And I love this because I thought, well, I'm getting a lot of variety, and I'm not having to use a whole bunch of paper. Okay, then I'm going to actually cover this up a little bit, I think, because I like the look of that. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut that right there. Sometimes I change my mind as I go along. Make sure that you can see what I'm doing. And so we're just going to stuff lots of little tags. This is a great use of scraps, and this is why we wind up with so much paper, because we think, oh, I can totally use that. This would be a great single page. Let's see how this is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and hack this off because it doesn't need to be that long. I'm just going to stuff it over there like that. And I do like having see how the banners kind of are different lengths. That's kind of fun. I kind of like that sitting on there like that. Yeah, that's going to make me happy too. So I just went through. So I had a question on how I store paper. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and then I can show you a picture. I think what I'm going to do is I'll make a short video on how I store paper. I was thinking about it a lot, and I think it will be like a lot of still pictures. So as you probably picked up if you've ever watched more than one of my videos, a lot of my supplies, I was a close to my heart consultant. I had tons and tons of paper from that, but I also find a lot of things at garage sales, like a lot of the, especially tools, and I've been really blessed to find a lot of storing options at garage sales. And so I will show you what I've done, and I don't usually use them the way that most people, and I don't organize my papers like most people. Most people organize their papers by color, but I guess a truth, people that know me, I am a little bit colorblind. I don't know if you totally, I don't know if I'm totally colorblind, or my difficulty is, like, if I were to arrange my papers by reds, I wouldn't know. I'm sure some pinks and all sorts of things would also wind up in there. I was one tag short, so I'm going to go ahead and add this. I'm just going to take this off there. It has all those basic colors. I would not necessarily know which was red, which was pink, which was orange. A funny story. So a funny story about me being colorblind is, so I was a librarian for about 20 years in the public schools, and I taught grades from, well, I was in the elementary school. I've done all grades, grade school all the way up to high school, and so I was doing elementary, and I wore what I thought was a pink blouse, and so me and my coworker were kind of talking about my pink, and she said, "No, that's not pink, that's orange." And so we had a kindergarten class in there, and so my friend said, my coworker said, "Boys and girls, let's vote. Is Mrs. Ani wearing a pink shirt, or is Mrs. Ani wearing a orange shirt?" And so, of course, the kids all voted that it was orange and not pink. And so I had one little kindergarten girl tell me, she looked at me with all the love in her heart and the most sincerity she could muster, and she said, "It's okay, Mrs. Ani, you'll know your colors someday." And I had to laugh because I really won't. I still have, I have gone to school with a black shoe and a blue shoe, and I have done a lot of really interesting things with colors. I once painted my walls peach. I thought I was doing, yeah, the walls were very pink, and so that was an interesting color choice. So yeah, but that is my story. So needless to say, I do not organize my papers by color because I can tell if things go. I just would not be able to tell you that's pink, that's, so if I were to put things in rainbow order, it would be very frustrating for me. So I don't arrange my things like most people. Okay, so now we have Count Your, and then this was also on a PML card, and I just fussy cut it, and I think it turned out really, really well. I'm going to pop dot that at a later date. I don't know if I have my pop dots with me at this point. And then I'm going to try to do a little bit of a cluster. So I have all kinds of options here. I do like this right here. And if we are looking back at her sketch, let's look at Miss Carrie's sketch because it's really cute. And I followed it very closely. She has hers over here like this. I also have these sticker sheets that, and these cool, and these cool leaves. I'm just kind of, so I do store all of my, if it's a current pack, which obviously this is not a current pack, I kind of put them together. Oh, I kind of like that. So there are all these, and it kind of looks like this. So this is from Crisp Air. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and throw a few things on here like that. And I can have, we'll have blessings like that. I do like to have a little color out of here. And a lot of times if you want to pop over and see what the absolute end result of things are, you could go over and see my Facebook group, which is the same name as this channel, which is Joyani Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho. So this one right here, I do kind of like that. So I think that's going to be good enough. So I'm going to set that aside. And that is our first page. I love Miss Carrie's, she has such a beautiful clean line, and I have admired her work for oh so many years. Okay, so I'm going to take off the plain white, and I'm going to actually do that, and we're going to work on this second page. I may not have anything up here to put. I might, I think we can look at the sticker sheet because there are some great stickers on that one. So this does not match. It's still kind of wet, but I think I'm just going to lightly attach it, and if I need to go back in and dry it, I certainly can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this here, and I can also sponge some of that same color on here because this color turned out a lot. You know, I'm gonna look at this and see. You know what? I'm not loving what I did, so I think I am going to go ahead and do my first version, which was my second version. Even though there's some colors on here I don't like, I'm going to go ahead and go with this. I think it's a little bit more congruent, so here we go. And I see these parts that didn't get it, I will go back in and sponge those to make them match. I didn't bring, we're going to grab this and we're going to see what we can do here. So this is, they call these a grid layout because they're on 4, and that is a kind of a style with scrapbooking. Oh, I did want to tell you that, so this was Mink. It was not listed, so every Close to My Heart pack had a list of all the colors that went with that pack, and that's my Bible because, like I said, I'm colorblind. I don't always know what the colors are, so I alphabetize all my cardstock, and I store it in alphabetized, and so that way I know. But I added, it was not included in the pack. This is Mink, and it's a neutral, and it is in all the kids' clothes. So that's what I chose to mat that. And I have looked and seen, I still have quite a bit of mink cardstock left. Okay, so this is, so my square, I cut the square at 9 by 9. So it's going to be in the center. So if it's 9, it's going to go down about 1.5, and it's going to go over about a 1.5. So I'm going to go ahead and set that down. Alright, and I'll just go ahead and put, so the pictures are 4 by 4, so they're going to have, basically they have like a quarter to slightly over a quarter underneath and below. So we're just going to make it look down this way, and this adhesive is not super sticky, so I'm usually okay with, and if you prefer, it might be easier for me to just put them, like butt them up, and then you only have to make them even all the way around. I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to put this one right here. This one's going to come down a little bit. That way we can have it nice and even. I ran out of paper for this mink. I am getting kind of low on some of my colors, but I still have them. I still sell it when I go to places that I'm vending. And then when I'm out of that color, I will switch over to the Stampin' Up! Colors. A lot of the Stampin' Up! Colors are pretty close, and there's been a lot of people that have spent time, not me because I'm not a color person, a lot of people have, there's lists of colors that are compatible, and at some point I'll probably post that on my business page, which ones are, once I start running out, because right now I can and this was mink. Oh, that is, this picture is a little bit, ooh, that's going to try to drive me a little bit crazy. Okay, we're going to have to split the difference because I ran out, so I got kind of fudgy on that one. Oh, we're going to do that one. It's not perfect, but we'll figure out what to do. Okay, so there's that. Now she has, and this is something I did not do, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't do it. So, I did not, she has a border on the top, and I do not. So, what I can do is I could do this. I could do a strip. I might add a strip somewhere. I haven't yet decided what strip I'm going to add there, but it does need something up at the top. And I have any of these, Piling Up Memories, Dancing Leaves, Beautiful Change, Season of Change, Harvest Delight. So many options and so little. I kind of want to, I might do this Beautiful Change because they added a new little guy to their family, and that is a beautiful change. And I'm going to put it right above him because he's the newest. So I'm going to do a little bit of a cluster down here, I think, just kind of off to the side. You can do a pumpkin even though it's, I know it's Thanksgiving is, so this will be their November calendar page, and I will probably wind up popping this up a little bit. I'm not in love with it once I got it up there. I think I'm going to do maybe leaves. A leaf. Can you see? Am I off? Okay. I like these ones that are the multicolored ones because they look like the, that needs help. What if I did, I have one there. I'm just not in love with it. I'm not in love with my cluster. Well, I'm probably just going to fuss with that a little bit when I'm off stage. If you want to see what made the final cut, you can pop over. But this is, so that's how I did my mixed media. And I hope you will like and subscribe to this. I am on day 20 of Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm hoping that I will be able to finish this up by the end of December. I'm going to join another challenge starting December 1st, and that is from Scrap Stitch, which I often do a lot of theirs. I kind of like that one too. You know what? Let's do a beautiful change. Let's do, we can change your mind, right? Let's do It's Fall, Y'all. I want to tuck it under there because the other one doesn't stick up as much. And then we can do a cluster up there. Let's do, I like this little heart. And what if we had a bigger flower cluster? And I think I might pop this up. I'm going to maybe the round shape isn't working for me, but it does need it needs like a little flower up at the top. So I have another one of these. Yes, that is what I want, and then maybe something circular. I don't know if we can do. It needs something, but I'm not for sure what it needs. Maybe a bigger leaf. Well, I'm going to fuss with this a little bit. That may not be permanent. You'll have to pop over to the Facebook group and see what makes the final cut. Anyway, I hope you'll like and subscribe, and I will be talking more about organization. So I've explained why I don't do it by color, and I will end this little video by saying how I do alphabetize my papers is I alphabetize them by each collection had a name with Close to My Heart, and interestingly enough, I only have Close to My Heart paper, and now I have some Stampin' Up! Paper. And so I arranged those collections alphabetically, and the same thing with the paper. So all my Close to My Heart cardstock is together, and it's arranged by name. So for example, I have this is exactly how I have the cardstock: Acorn, Ballerina, Bluebird. So it's arranged alphabetically by cardstock, and then by the collections. I'm starting in the back, and it starts with All About Gold, which is a very old pack. So what I used to do is when a paper was current, I had like the little iris boxes, and I would put those, and I would be working on those. And once they retired, or I would put them in the back and alphabetize them, and that's how I still have them. So I will take pictures of that and talk a little bit more about that on a video that's dedicated to organization. So I'm not the most organized person, but interestingly enough, I have over 100, I probably have 200 packs of Close to My Heart, different packs of Close to My Heart paper, and if you ask me for something, I am able to find it. So anyway, I hope that's helpful, and we'll talk to you later tomorrow, and I'm hoping to have my organization video up by Wednesday. Thank you. Bye.